This year, we are all looking for the perfect holiday gift, and today, we want to tell you about the Gallery. The Gallery Shop is a curated collection of photographs from around the world. All prints are made from 100% recycled aluminum, giving your wall that gallery finish.
Right now, for the holiday season, the Gallery is exclusively offering our listeners 25% of your next purchase using the code FRIDAY. That's 25% off your next purchase at thegallery.com. That's the GALRY using the code FRIDAY. The Gallery. Create your perfect space.
Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 246. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for the Rated G network, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Rated G for Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. Now, before we get into today's show, we have an awesome giveaway going on right now. We are giving away one copy of Cyberpunk 2077 for the system of your choice, PS4, Xbox One, or PC. To enter, you must be following us on YouTube, like this video, and drop a comment on what you were looking forward to in Cyberpunk in the comment section below. You can enter once per episode up until the launch of this game. And finally, this giveaway is open to U.S. residents only. So good luck to all who enter. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
Oof. We are at the ends of our vacation, right? I think we both had a nice long vacation. I had a nice Thanksgiving. Hopefully you had a nice Thanksgiving.
You know what? I was in a food coma.
Then you had a good Thanksgiving.
I had a good Thanksgiving.
Did you take a nap during the day?
No naps. And listen, here's a lesson, okay, for you youngsters. If you eat a lot, if you eat a lot like me, don't starve yourself throughout the day, because then your stomach gets smaller.
That's right. You got to eat a little bit.
You got to eat a little bit. I had a hero for breakfast just to keep my stomach big. I was ready for the night. I was ready for dinner. Nice.
Oh, man.
Right? I just put everything on one plate. Just throw it all on one plate. And I went in for seconds, too.
Nice. Yeah, how was the get-together? You have any people over? Or,
No, it was a sort of a small, just my mom, me, my sister, her boyfriend, my sister's boyfriend. So,
do you approve?
Not a lot of people.
Do you approve?
The jury's still out. The jury's still out.
Right.
So far, so good. So far, so good. He's not much of a gamer, so I don't know.
That's a little suspect.
I know. He's definitely.
He's got to at least play Call of Duty or Madden or something. Come on.
So, but listen, he knows he's aware of games. He's just not a gamer.
I would hope so.
He's just not a gamer.
So. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, man.
But,
Did you do any Black Friday shopping? I need to know.
I did. So, not gonna lie, 11:59. I was ready on my computer.
You were ready for the PS5s?
I was ready. I was ready for all the PS5s. I wasn't gonna get. I was ready for the Xboxes. I wasn't gonna get. To be truthful, remember, I could have had a PS5. I just refused to buy the bundle Right, GameStop.
That's
It was
right.
It was available. Like everybody was going to Walmart,
Mhm.
Target, Best Buy when it first launched. GameStop had the bundle for like
Right.
they had a $700 bundle and they had like an $800 bundle.
Right. There was the Miles Morales bundle with the one controller, I think, and maybe a 1-year subscription to PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, which I don't need because I get it for free. I use my rewards points because I have the credit card, the Sony credit
Right.
card.
Right. Well, I would have bought it off you for like $5 cheaper or whatever.
But no, the price. You pay me back the price. You pay me back the price.
All right. I would maybe buy it off you at regular price too, because I don't get the discount. I don't have the Sony card, so
So,
I could
but
use it.
I'm not gonna lie. Missed out on all of it, so
Mhm.
didn't have it. And we're talk about Black Friday and sort of in scalpers later on
Oh
in
yeah.
the show. But people actually slept outside. They had mattresses, slept outside of GameStop
Mm-hmm.
to get the one of the 2 copies of PS5s or the Xboxes that they
Terrible.
had. It's
Terrible.
crazy. It was on the
Terrible.
news. The news. I was watching the news and they're talking about Macy's. Yeah, Macy's had a little bit of a line, not that much of a line.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people stayed home. But GameStop had a line around the block because everybody's going out for a PlayStation.
That's bananas. I'm glad they had stock. It's as small as it was, apparently. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I saw those pictures, too. It looked like the dude had an inflatable bed. But he brought his bed sheets with him. And he bought, like, a bag, like a big bag of 2-liter sodas. Like, tons of them. At least, like, 3 or 4. I'm sure those all went to good use. Right? Man sleeping with his sneakers and a blanket. It's too much.
Wait, I didn't see that. He had 2-liter. He had a bunch of 2-liter sodas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had like a brown shopping bag with a bunch of soda in it.
So
Just
is that a blow up mattress or like a water mattress? If you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying you got to if you can't leave the line, you got 2-liter sodas.
No, you. Oh Jesus. No. Yeah, ask the guy next to you because I think it was him and his buddy. It seemed like it because there was 2 people with mattresses. I think.
Yes. It was 2 people with mattresses.
Common courtesy is if you're waiting in line, the guy in front of you and behind you is kind of beholden. If you say, "Hey, I gotta go step out," and if they say, "Hey, I gotta go step out, can you watch my spot?" You watch their spot.
Now, where do you go?
No reason.
Where do you go? There's no.
You go behind the shopping center, I think.
All right, there you go.
Go behind the shopping center where they're like trash
or
because nothing's open.
Or you have an inflatable water mattress, right?
Oh my
That's what
God.
you do. That's what you do.
No, because you got to empty
tip.
it at some point.
Pro
It's got to
tip,
go back
pro
in your
tip.
car and you got to take it home.
Pro tip right there. Well, listen, you're just a street corner right there, I'm just saying, pro tip. I'm giving tips out there just in case.
I would have on and I think I said this before too. If it wasn't Black Friday, if it was the launch day and Sony was doing in-store purchases, I was going to wait outside. Right?
I know you were.
I was going to wait at midnight and camp out and just endurance it. But not on Thanksgiving night, not Black Friday. No, that's me time. That's family time. I can't do that.
Congratulations to everybody who had the fortitude to skip
Fortitude
Thanksgiving.
that's a fair word to say. Yeah,
To skip
The gumption.
Thanksgiving. They just skipped Thanksgiving and said, "I'm gonna go camp out in front of a GameStop for 24 hours."
Would you do that? I think I know the answer, but
No.
yeah,
I wouldn't do
exactly.
that.
No
I'm
one in
good.
their right mind would do that. It's not worth it. They're going to be out soon, right? You'll be able to just go into a store.
I will say, Black Friday, I scoured the internet for games. Okay, I bought games. I think the only place I didn't buy games was Target because I was like price matching. Where how much is it off here? How much compared to here?
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. That could be a $5-10 difference.
Yeah.
Per
So
game.
listen. Best Buy, right? I went to Best Buy. I went to GameStop had some good deals. I went to Square. Always pro tip: always go to Square. Just Google Square Enix store, right? And they always have Black Friday sales on old like PS1 games.
I got a ton of games for $3.
Well, yes, I have a lot of those games,
Yep.
like a lot of Final Fantasy games. But I got some games. I definitely got some games from Square, and it was somewhere else I ordered from too. I forgot where. I think it was I Am 8-Bit. I got some stuff from I Am 8-Bit as well.
Oh, they were having a sale too.
Yeah, so I think I got something from Miami, but I totally
Nice.
forgot what it was.
Nice. I got
So
some
I
Amazon
scoured it.
stuff in there. Yeah.
I scoured the internet,
Mm-hmm.
got a bunch of games. I will say, this is a place. This is a time where you can sort of fill up your collection, right, for games you missed. But I did get Watch Dogs Legion for the Xbox.
So did
Because
I.
Because it was like Xbox One and Xbox Series X, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is my first next gen game that I bought.
Nice.
That's technically
Yeah.
right.
I would say
So-
we team up and join a squad, but the multiplayer online mode isn't ready yet, so we gotta wait.
We gotta wait. But you already have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which
I
you'll
do.
talk about in a minute,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if I don't get a PS5, I want to say in the middle of December, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get Miles Morales and Call of Duty for the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. I got one of us has to play it so we can talk about it for Game of the Year.
Right. Well, I'm gonna
Right.
get Call of Duty for the Xbox. That's a guarantee. Now, I
Okay.
thought they were gonna have it on sale on Black Friday, and nobody had it on sale. And
No, on sale. GameStop had it for like $49.99.
the next gen version,
Yeah, it was like $10 off.
that normally goes for $70.
No. It's still $60. still 60. I think they had it for like
I'm pretty sure the
$49.99.
Xbox One X. I'm pretty sure the Series X version is $70. Because I looked
think-
it up. Because I think that's the one that doesn't have the smart delivery or the whatever. So they have two different versions of it.
I know. I know. It popped up in like games that I would like when I was buying it.
Yeah, maybe
So-
that was the previous generation. I could be wrong. About that. I have been wrong before. I have been wrong.
I just know it was on sale.
Uh-huh.
And now
Oh,
it's,
I wouldn't doubt that it was. I just didn't see it anywhere at a good price, so I was like, all right, I'll wait. So
well, right now I'm looking at it right now on GameStop.com. So
Mhm.
Call of Duty Xbox One, Xbox Series X, $59.99.
it's the
Call it-
same. Maybe it was
Yes.
the
Yes.
the PS5 game I was looking at.
The
I could
PS5
be wrong.
is $69.99.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now. The
Right.
PS5 is $70.
Oh, so look at that. Why would you get Call of Duty Cold War on the PS5? Why not
Because
just
that's
get the
only-
Xbox?
Because that's the only next gen system you have, maybe.
Well, I mean, if you have both, like, why would you get it for PlayStation? Why would you pay the extra $10?
Well, I'll tell you why.
I would get the cross generation.
because there are reports that Call of Duty has been bricking Xboxes.
Well,
So-
there's been reports of everything bricking everything. to be
Yeah, no,
fair.
that's true. No, I'm not denying that at all. I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying there are reports of specifically Call of Duty
Right.
bricking Xboxes.
Well-
There's reports of Watch Dogs Legion having issues on the PlayStation, which is why I got it for the Xbox.
Mhm.
And I'm getting Call of Duty for the PS4 or the PS5 just because there are issues with Call of Duty on the Xbox.
I'm going to save the $10 and bite the bullet and just roll the dice and see what happens. So,
I'll spend the $10 not to take the chance
Not
for
to-
the brick,
not
not to
to,
take the
brick the
chance for
system?
the brick system.
Well,
I
that's where we
I
differ.
practically have to fight for it to get it.
That's where we differ. Okay.
So, but I will say this: I don't know about you, but all the games I bought are probably not going to be here for a week. They all said shipping December 2nd.
Right. Yeah,
So-
yeah. I think everywhere is going to be delayed a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to have I'm going to be like the post office. They're just going to keep delivering stuff and delivering stuff and delivering stuff. I got a ton of games, all
I
from
will
different
say-
vendors.
I will say I did get a big lookie pickup, and I picked up a bunch of stuff on eBay. So watch out for Saturday Morning Retro in December. I'm gonna have a lot of pickups to talk about.
Oh, I got a good story about that. I'm saving it for the day, but I got the family involved, Dan.
Okay, all
got the
right.
family involved.
I think I know a little bit. I've seen on Instagram because we don't really talk about a lot of this stuff because we want to save it for the show. So I think I
Yeah.
saw on Instagram what you're talking about. And I can't wait to hear that story. So,
But
but look-
good, man. It's good.
But look, that's a future episode of Saturday Morning Retro. Let's talk about right now. We have a great show. We have an awesome show this week. We're going to talk about Xbox potentially having an app that'll go on TVs, right? So maybe we won't need in the future. We won't need an actual Series Xbox, right? We'll have an app. It'll be that new app that comes out, and we say goodbye. Rest in peace to Super Mario Maker Wii U online functionality.
Pour one out.
Two tiers.
Pour one out. Pour
Two
one out.
tiers.
Mhm.
But first, let's begin the show with JJ Games is back. Didn't even know it.
Word.
I didn't know they were back.
Right. We talked about them, earlier this year? That they ended up closing up shop?
Around like before we went to Boston for PAX.
So it was right before the world went to shit.
Yeah. They shut down. Rest in peace. And I thought that was it. But however, they're back. I don't know when they came back. Why do I know they're back? It's because I was looking at every website known to man, looking for deals Black Friday. Okay. And I don't know what possessed me to go. I just wanted to see what JJ Games, what the website was. And they're back. They don't have a lot of stock. So, I don't know what happened with their stock. It looks a little bit different. I'm not saying it looks different in a good way or a bad way. It just looks different.
Yeah, I'm looking at their site right now. It's interesting. It's basic, but it gets the job done. Right? You can find stuff that you need.
They don't have a lot of stock because every time, this is how I know if it's a good retro store or not, right? Give me what's your highest price games? I always go from highest to lowest. Because if you have a lot of the high ticket items, you're gonna have the mid tier items and the low tier items, right? I think the most expensive game they have, I think, I mean, this is a couple of days ago. I think it's not even maybe $100 if even, right? So they don't have a lot of stock. I will say this though, they have a lot of new games for old systems. Because I was looking, I said, wow, they have a lot of inbox games. Wow, I never heard of any of these games. Come to find out, these are newer games that came out in the last like 10, 15 years for older systems.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of people putting out Super Nintendo, Genesis, Dreamcast games, right? They're getting a good second life.
Yeah. So I would say, good on. That's not something I'm interested in, but if you are interested in that, it looks like JJ has those. I don't know if they're fair price or not because I'm not really into those type of games. If it's a new old school game, I kind of want Limited Run to put out a Switch version for it or something along those lines.
Just because it's easier to play, yeah.
Just because it's easier to play. I don't want to have to play a game that was made for the Genesis on a Genesis. Just a Genesis style game. Put it on the Switch, right? Like, let me play it. Let me play it on the Switch and have a Switch release for it. Right. That's what I want. So JJ Games is back, which is good. Hopefully they replenish their stock and they could be good competition for Lukey Games, which, I think I pay everybody's mortgage at Lukey Games. I buy big lots.
Yeah, we are definitely big fans. You a little bit more than me. I think that's safe to say. But yeah,
I will say this. I had went through different collections of mine, like PS2 collections. I started alphabetizing a lot of like the N64 collections I have because I have them like in a drawer. Like in a plastic drawer, just because they're loose and I have no place to put them.
Right.
And I see all these Lukey stickers in the back, and they really get stuck on if you leave them. So now I learned the lesson. Like as soon as I get my packages from Lukey, I got to take the labels off, just because the sticky part will stay on, and it's hard to get off. I would say.
Yep. You got to use some chemicals on there, and then it turns into a whole big thing.
So good on you for JJ Games. Right? The resurrection, right? So 2020, it died and came back. The same
That's right. That's right. It's like Jesus. One of the J stands for Jesus.
There you go. But taking old school, right? Mortal Kombat, the movie, back in 1995. I think
that's right.
Stands. Some people think it's the best video game movie of all time, at the time at least, and maybe still today. Well, if you like the movie, if you're nostalgic for the movie, like I am, I thought the movie was great. I actually went to the movies to see that movie too.
Did you? Oh, nice.
I did.
Yeah, it was.
I did. You can play as those characters in Mortal Kombat 11 because they're gonna have the skins and the voice actors in Mortal Kombat 11. Nice. So that's awesome.
We're getting what's his name? We're getting the Highlander, right? Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, man, he was awesome. I hated when they replaced him.
Yeah, well, there was a lot to hate about Part 2, Armageddon. Jesus.
I will ask you this though, Dave. Do you think we'll get like a Super Mario game with like the Super Mario skin of the movie and the voice actors? Do you think we'll actually get that?
Well,
Do you think we
I'll tell
get John Leguizamo as Luigi speaking Spanish for some weird reason?
I would, I don't know what was up with that. Well, they're not going to get Bob Hoskins because rest in peace, he's dead. So yeah, they have to take voice samples from the movie. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's kind of funny to think about. If
You know what I want? You
if
know
they,
what I
like,
want?
Put him in Smash or something.
You know what I want? Just like Street Fighter, the movie, the game, I want like Mario Smash Brothers with the, all the Mario characters from the movie.
Oh
The
God,
same way. That's what I want.
that would be hilarious. But yeah, Nintendo's not going to make that mistake.
Oh, you know what? Wait, that movie came out with the
93.
Mario Brothers 93, right? So Super Nintendo was already out, right?
Yeah, it was.
All right, so
And that's why
somebody
they
needs
had
to make
Yoshi in the movie.
somebody needs to make a Smash Brothers with the characters of Super Mario Brothers the movie
Oh my
for
God.
the SNES and
Oh my
sell it on
God.
JJ Games. See, everything comes full circle.
Oh my
Everything comes
God.
full circle.
I
I want it
think,
in box.
I think Nintendo may have a few things to say about that 10.
Rename everything. Rename.
Yeah, right?
Rename
Uh-huh.
everything. That's what I want.
It'll be Jario and Juigi with a J. It'll be Joshi with a J, and Princess Apple. There you go.
Okay, I would play it. You know what? I would buy that game in box. I would buy that game.
I would play it. I don't know if I'd buy it.
I'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Something that'll make you happy. Talk about old school games. Something that'll make you super happy. We know that the highest selling retro game ever sold is like, what, 100,000+ for the original Mario Brothers with the original seal sticker
Yep.
when they first showed the NES at FAO Schwartz back in like 85.
Right. Sticker
Right.
seal 9.8, I think, rated.
Yeah.
Yeah. What good? What good?
So
I don't know if it was $100,000.
no, it was it sold for $100,000.
Well, I don't know if it's worth $100,000 though. I don't know. I know what it sold for.
Well, it was six
A lot of money.
collectors came together collectively to buy it. Right. Now, that's something I don't know if I would do because it's like, who's going to hold that in their collection? Right? Like, do I
Well-
hold it for a couple of months? Do you hold it for a couple of months? Do we
That's-
put it
that's
in a
when you
safe
get-
deposit box?
That's when you get a lawyer involved and you write up a contract, and then you abide by that contract. Like, so that's when you get the legal professionals involved.
I don't care what you want, Dave. I'm telling you right now, if we partner up, I don't care what you want. I need to have that in my collection for at least 6 months out the year. It needs to be sitting with my.
We can split it. That's perfectly fine. I would go half on a little Samson, and half of the year I'll have it. Half of the year you'll have it. I'll take it in the winter months. I'll take fall and winter. You can have spring and summer.
So it looks like a sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers 3 sold for a record-breaking $156,000. So now this holds the record for the highest sold retro sealed game of all time.
I don't even think yours and my collection combined totals over $150,000.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
I don't know, Dan. You got a lot of games, but how many heavy hitters? How many heavy hitters?
I use my lookie points for those heavy hitters.
Even if every game you had was a
Sealed?
$100. No. Well, okay. If every game you had was $100, you'd be 300,000, I think, right? Or close to 400,000, maybe. So every game would have to be at least $30 to $40 in your collection. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I mean, it is the greatest game of all time, so I get it. It's going to definitely bust some records.
Second best game on its console.
Uh-huh.
I will say this, all jokes aside, if that's the case for Super Mario Bros. 3, if someone has an original sealed Super Mario World, that has to go up there in price. That has to trump this.
Yep.
Because I think Super Mario World is the greatest game of all time. And even I can't find a in-box copy because it was mostly sold with the system, not sold separately.
Almost exclusively,
so much.
yeah. It was a packing game, so you'd never had the box with it. You just had the game.
Yeah,
And,
so if you had a Super Nintendo, you had Super Mario World. So, copies of that really separately didn't really sell too much. So It's kind of expensive. I just want the box so I can put my copy of Super Mario World in it.
You need the box, and you need the cardboard, and then everything else.
Yeah.
You know, the manual and everything else is just there. Yeah.
I have the manual. I just need the box. I just need the box. I have a complete inbox with the map, the Japanese version, because that was easier to get. But I can't find Super Mario World, the North American version. So I would assume, because that's rare, if you have that sealed, that can trump this price right here. Just because it by itself is rare in general.
Yeah,
so
100% think it will. Someone's gonna come up and throw it up on the auction block.
Just wait a year. Wait till next year, and then you can come back, with this. So Dave, as we always try to start the show but epically fail, what have you been playing?
Ooh, my favorite part of the show, Dan. I have been catching up on some of the backlog. A game that I hipped you to a couple years ago, Catherine. They put out the deluxe edition, Catherine Full Body. So I broke that out today. Was playing that on the PS4. It is fantastic. They right out the gate, like even just the opening cinematics, they changed specifically for this deluxe version. So I'm excited. Still very early in the game, but started it fresh. So I'm playing that. The Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right? Trying to get my Viking on, and I jump back into Forza Horizon 4 because they have a huge next gen patch. So you get the smooth 60 frames, you get the extra lighting effects, and I think a little bit of ray tracing or some better shadows. It's silky smooth. It's beautiful. So I've been playing all that. How about you?
Well, I actually want to get into. I haven't bought Horizon 4, so I definitely want to pick that up. I could have picked that up. I was like, do I really? I was trying to see if I can get it used at GameStop. It'd definitely be cheaper than $20.
Well, 20's a good price because every time I look in the store, it's like 60. It's never on sale. So I can still get
it. It's still 20 at GameStop. I'm just saying. I was trying to get it used, see if I can get it for 15, get it even cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, 15 would be all right. So, it's free on Microsoft Game Pass.
It is something I don't have. I don't have. So I've been playing only one game, and I got to be honest. This game surprised me. I'm bigger fan than I thought I would be. And that is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity on the Switch.
I thought you were going to say Barbie Horse Adventures. I thought you were jumping back into the classics.
That's a dark horse right there. It is. Yeah,
it is literally
everybody loves Barbie's Horse Adventures on the Wii U, of course.
That's right. So Hyrule Warriors, huh? That good. Age of Calamity.
Listen, I can't talk enough about this game. First of all, it is the best selling Warriors game of all time already, apparently.
Really?
That's what everybody is. Yeah. And it makes sense because usually Warriors games are games that you can just go in, play, and not even listen to because the story is irrelevant, right?
Oh, they're mindless. Yeah. They're smash X or smash the A button to make your way to the goal.
Yeah. I mean, I think digitally it sold like 3 million copies already.
Oh, my God.
Right? So, yeah. So it's the best selling Warriors game of all time. But the story makes you think. Like, if you play Breath of the Wild, if you played enough of Breath of the Wild, right? The story compels me to keep going. And it's not. I mean, yes, it's definitely slightly repetitive with the hacking and slashing, but once you get to the boss battles and stuff, you got to strategize, and you get the. I don't want to spoil too much about it because I could keep talking, even though we already know. We already know what's going to happen at the end.
Right. You know the end game, yeah. But all the stuff leading up to it, you don't necessarily know.
Let me just say the story compels you to keep going. And when you get to the boss battles, you need some type of strategy, especially when you get to the mid-level boss battles. It's not just hacking and slashing. You need to hack and slash to get your specials, right? To get your special power up. So you say, let me hack and slash here, just so I can get my special up, because I know I got a mid-level boss, and you have a time limit in whatever, certain missions, you gotta get it within a certain time frame, right? And trust me, I hate when you have like a mission and it's like a counter. It's not a counter, but trust me, it works. It all fits together. I'm trying not to spoil things.
Okay. Well, it makes sense in the story, is what you're saying.
It all makes sense in the story.
Okay.
I got to be honest. I'm nostalgic for Breath of the Wild. It makes me want to play Breath of the Wild after this.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
You never beat it, still, right?
I never beat it. I was I was just traversing the world. I was opening up I wanted to get all the shrines, all the Korok seeds. I was just jumping from one part of the map to the other. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to beat it yet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I can't speak enough about this game. This game is awesome. If you have, it's already on sale. So I think it's like $10 cheaper on Amazon. So
shoot.
If you haven't picked up this game, buy this game now. This game is awesome.
It's getting the Dan Robinson seal of approval.
Definitely.
I'm on it. I will have it before Christmas, so you can guarantee that.
Okay. All right, so why don't we take a break? When we come back, we get into the top gaming news of last week.
Hey, this is Matt Adler, freelance journalist for IGN, and you're listening to Rated G for Gamers podcast.
And we're back. All right, let's get into the top gaming news of last week. Let's talk about the scalpers, right? I mean, we've both tried to get a PlayStation. We're not faster than bots.
Nope.
I bought one, I got it, and then it canceled my order.
Right out of the cart.
And then the second time I had it in the cart, I wanted to pay. I hit the button to pay, and it wouldn't go through. Mm-hmm. Scalpers have made this a side business that I hope isn't profitable. I got to be honest, selfishly. I just don't. And this article comes from Video Games Chronicle, where they they actually had an article where a scalper group has no regrets, and they have over 3,500 PlayStation 5 consoles.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, because you got to know what you're getting into, right? You were doing something that is not necessarily illegal, but it's bad for business, right? No one's gonna be singing your praises, right? You know you're doing some shady stuff.
I will say this, and I think Best Buy addressed this and said that they're going to look at maybe stopping this in the future. This doesn't help us now, but maybe for the PS6 and PS7, right? That'll help us. But they're looking at maybe stopping this, and retailers should take note. They're leaving money on the table, right? Because scalpers are just buying the consoles flat out. That's it. If I'm buying it, if a regular consumer is buying a console, we're going to buy games. We're going to buy accessories. That attach rate is going to be higher. So, yes, you're making $500 per console sold by bots. But you could be making $600 to $700 on attachments with that, right?
Yeah. So you're saying that, and because I made the point of the businesses don't care, but you do make a good point that the attach rate is zero, right? They just buy the console and that's it, because you can sell it at double the price and probably get that profit. You could sell it at 1.5 times, right? Sell it at $800 on a $500 console, and it'll probably still sell, right? They don't care about the controllers. They don't care about anything else, but the businesses do, right? Because there's a big markup on accessories, right? That's where they make a lot of their money. Not necessarily on the games per se. They make a little bit on the games. They make a lot on the accessories.
I'm buying another controller. I'm buying the charging stand. I'm buying the headset, right? Especially for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
These are things that I would have already bought and spent my money on. Somebody would have my money, but I'm not, obviously I'm not doing that right now because I don't own the system. So it's a detriment to the retailers.
Right. And you made the point that, well, there's nothing they can do now. We'll wait to the PS6 and the Xbox Series Z or whatever it is. That's not true. They can implement stuff today. They can turn on CAPTCHA for their checkout process. Now, yes, they were gonna lose some sales. It's gonna take a little bit longer to process some stuff and whatnot, but that would be a way to thwart the bots, right? Because CAPTCHAs are designed to filter out bots, right? If you're moving way too fast, if there's no mouse input.
To sign in. I got to do the stupid capture to sign into the Best Buy account. I got to do the stupid capture to sign into my GameStop. It's like, if I got to do it when I sign in anyway.
Why not do it during the checkout process, right?
And look, I'm not saying do it for everything. Just do it for the new thing, the new hotness, monotonous, right? Just do it for the consoles. Just put a capture in place for the consoles. That's all you got to do.
If you have it in your cart, show the CAPTCHA on the checkout page. It's a little more complex, but you can certainly do that. And that would be a way to hinder. It's not going to fully thwart it, but it's definitely going to hinder.
It gives me a chance to buy it before the bots.
Right. Exactly. I mean, and it's that's just one of the many things they can do. That's kind of a. It's kind of a table stakes situation, honestly, in my opinion, because you go to most places, they're going to have a CAPTCHA. You know, you fill out a contact form, there's a CAPTCHA. You log in, they're going to have a CAPTCHA on there, right? And that's security. It helps fight bots. You can do it on the checkout process. You can do it now. Like there's no reason, and I think they're going to be in short supply up until Christmas. Right, but they won't. You know, if GameStop and Target and whoever are serious about this, that's what you do. That is a short-term stopgap, quick fix that will prevent some bots.
Listen, you know another way we can combat scalpers and their bots.
Not buying the consoles from the scalpers.
Okay, well, you know another way we can do it.
Tell me.
If you're an engineer. If you're a programmer, just make bots for regular people. If I had some bots, okay, I would buy us 2 PS5s right now.
Right,
okay?
Right. We would have one each, and we would play and love them like they're our.
And then I would disable the bots. Just sell some one-time bots. I don't know how this bots thing works. Right, it's like the bit wars, the bot wars right now. Just give me some 32-bit bots. Mm-hmm. That's all I want.
That's the thing, though. Like, how do you know the bot's being used for good or for bad? You don't. You're just selling a license to this product to buy this particular item in a store. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be getting one till post Christmas, to be honest.
I'm celebrating. Everybody needs who knows if the bots are being used for good or evil. Everybody needs a Ben Parker in their life. Right? Tell you that with great responsibility. Right? With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, with great bots comes great responsibility.
Yes. Okay? Yes. And to echo onto that point too, right? This goes down to us too, right? Do not break down and spend $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, $1,300 I've seen this thing for sale on like eBay. Don't do it, right? Let them suffer, right? They will hold on to this stock, and it will not go anywhere if nobody buys it, right?
Well, listen. If it's $600, call your boy. I'll spend the extra $100.
Dan, no.
I'll spend the extra. I'm not gonna lie. I'll spend the extra $100 if you give me another. If it's 600, call your boy. I may do it. I may do it for $600. I'll do a PS5.
If this was in a bubble, a no consequence situation, there just magically was a console that was $100 more, I would probably do that. But I know there's ramifications to all of it, right? This reinforces the scalping behavior. This takes the console out of somebody else's hands who would have had it for Christmas, and it goes to me, which yay me, but yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't do it, Dan. I can't do it.
I'll go up to $650. If you guys $650, your boy, call your boy. I'll do it.
You're gonna have one next week for like $800.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I understand, and I definitely don't blame you, but try and stay strong.
So right now I'm looking at eBay. Okay, I'm looking at eBay.
How much? What's like the high end?
The high end, $2,000 that I see right now.
Oh, for just a straight up console.
Wait. Sony PS5 console, disc version, PS5 brand new, in hand, ready to ship. $610. Your boy may have a console by next show. Show. 610 ain't bad. That's not a bad price.
Don't do it, Dan.
That's not a bad price.
610 seems very low for a scalp turnaround, considering they also have to ship it.
Oh, it's a bid place. I thought it was buy it now. It's bid now. It's up to $725.
Yeah, no good, Dan. No good. Don't do it.
Maybe $750. I mean, I'm thinking. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm thinking out loud.
Black Ops Cold War. That's a Watch Dogs Legion. That's a Demon Souls. That's a Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that's like a year worth of PlayStation Plus.
I'm thinking
just to get the console.
I was just thinking out loud. All
right.
Listen,
this is an open forum of free thoughts.
Wait, so buy it now. The cheapest thing will buy it now. Okay?
Yeah, $1,200.
No. $950 was the cheapest thing.
Okay.
It's the cheapest one.
That's still ridiculous, though. Yeah.
I know. I'm not doing that.
That's more than double, right?
And it's the discless version.
Would be,
and it's the discless version. So it's definitely more than double. It's a discless version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The discless. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's like right, because it's 400, 800. Yeah. It's an extra $100 and some odd dollars. Ugh.
All right. Stop looking.
I hate it.
All right. Maybe I'll go back on eBay and look for an Xbox Series X. If it's 600, I'll do it. I'll do it for $600. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Buy it now.
If I see one, I'll let you know.
Buy it now. Remember, buy it now. I'm not placing bids. Buy it now.
No, of course not.
All right. Well, speaking of Xbox, Phil Spencer was talking to The Verge, right? And he said, and I quote, "I think we're going to see in the next 12 months an Xbox app on TVs." So listen, the future could be for Xbox. We may not even have a Series X. It could just be an app. Everybody got that new app on their TV, right? As long as the TV has the specifications, right, the right specifications, you can have a Game Pass app on your television.
So they want to be Stadia.
They want to be everything. They want to be PlayStation and Stadia all in one.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all you'd really need is Wi-Fi or Ethernet, right, with a good connection, and Bluetooth capability for your controller, and you're good to go, right? Everything comes over the wire.
Well, I played PlayStation Now. Remember, when we first started the show, I had two Sony 44-inch TVs on the wall.
That's right. You side by side, yeah.
Side by side, one for TV, one for games, right? I had since traded that in. It was a great setup. I have since traded that in for a 60-inch, 4K, early 4K. So I definitely need a new 4K TV. But back then you had PlayStation Now on the TVs, right? And I played Pacific Rim, the fighting game, PS3. It was a PS3 game, digital only. I found that out after I beat it on my TV, my Sony TV. I played Pacific Rim on PlayStation Now. So PlayStation Sony sort of had this idea early on, right?
Yeah,
I can see now they manufacture TVs, right? So I can see their Game Pass version, right? Whatever they have as a Game Pass competitor on all Sony TVs and phones, because Sony Xperia phones are still a thing for some weird reason.
Sure. Yeah. Put it vertically integrated across all your products. Like, nobody's going to care that there's like an extra app on a Sony TV for their other Sony product, right? At least have it pre-installed with an option to delete it if you really don't want it. I think that's perfectly fine, but like, why not do that? Why not even give you like a free month when you buy your TV, right? You get a little card, it says free month of whatever their service is. And then you can kind of dip your toes in and then get hooked on it, obviously. And then there you go. There's your way to play PlayStation games without having to spend $900 on eBay for a PlayStation console.
$650. I'm saying $650. I'm not spending a $950. That's just too much for the digital version. I mean, if it was a disc version, maybe I'll think about it. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, maybe let's. Okay, listen. I see this. This is the old digital future that I don't want to come.
Right. It's a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a curse, but this is sort of a no-brainer that games will be an app eventually. I don't think Nintendo would be that. Nintendo would have an app, but still have some weird peripheral or
yeah.
they would have some system where it's like, no. Oh, TVs are portable now. Now we gotta have a portable TV system that we're gonna have, right? Like Sony will always be different.
Nintendo, yeah, Nintendo's always.
I mean, Nintendo will always be different.
They're always
Sony,
going to do their own thing.
I think I always look at it like Xbox is not a competitor to, Nintendo. Or at least they say they're not competitors. But like Sony is competing with both, right? Sony sort of is that bridge where they'll have the games to compete with Xbox, and they have the games compete with Sony, right? They'll have their own God of War and Sackboy, right? Like they always have. They're competing with both. They're competing with Japan and the rest of the world with Xbox.
Sure.
But Sony is a TV manufacturer, so I could see. It'd be so weird to see Games Pass on the Sony TV.
Well, I mean, if they try and do the Apple move, Sony may block it. And they may say,
That's true. They say they blocked this app. No, only Sony now can be on the TVs.
Right. Apple is trying to set that precedent.
All right. So let's go to PS5. Let's go to Sony PlayStation 5 rumors. Now, these are heating up because basically the same person who sort of leaked God of War Ragnarok, which was right. He had some leaks that were correct, has leaked recently that Kojima and Sony are working on Silent Hills for PS5, and it will be announced at the Game Awards, which is 10 days from now, 12 days from now.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
December 10th. So
let's break all this down really quick, right? So we have a rumor coming from a previously credible source, right? So he's got some pedigree there. Okay. We've got the creator. Well, not the creator, but did Kojima create the series? Am I wrong to say that? He worked on a bunch of those games. I know that.
He created the series, but he took it over early on. He definitely took it over early on.
Right. And he was kind of producer, I think, of 2 and possibly 3. And he was working on a Silent Hills plural game, which the PT demo was supposed to be, and that was on PlayStation exclusively. We do know that Kojima and Konami split, but they could do, Sony could do what Sony does and bridge the gap, right? They can bring Kojima to the table because they basically help finance Death Stranding, which is why it was PS4 exclusive. And, Sony's got ties to Konami, right? They got their hands in everything. So I think Sony would be the linchpin. They could broker that deal to make that happen. Without Sony, I don't think that's going to happen. Because I don't know how Kojima feels about Konami specifically, but Kojima loves Sony, right? They're in pretty good standing. So I could see this. And then you're saying that they're going to announce it at the Game Awards, right?
That is the rumor right now that they're going to announce it at the Game Awards.
Kojima and Keighley, very good friends. So
that's a good pickup for Keighley.
That's a great pickup for Keighley, right? Because everybody loves Kojima. All the fans love Kojima. Everybody loves the Game Awards, right? It's a great venue. I'm gonna say yes to this rumor. I don't know about you.
Wow. Well, the rumor is 2 parts. It's 2 parts. So we got Silent Hills, but we also got Metal Gear Solid Remake. Is getting a remake.
That's right. Possibly by Blue Point Games.
Developed by Blue Point. Right. Now, it's early in development, so it's not going to come out for a while. But
right.
That could be, and it's also a PS5 exclusive. That could be like a game changer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
As Microsoft buys all of these studios, Sony's just racking up, IP. Right?
They're brokering those deals.
They're brokering deals.
Right.
I still think Sony should just buy Konami, right? And they have that pachinko machine money, right? They have gyms. They have, I think Konami has a casino, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but they have other side businesses, and they have the IPs that people. I want Kojima to work on a Castlevania game, right?
Oh my god!
Lords of Shadow 1 was better than 2, so.
Yep. Whatever Kojima puts out, I would 100% play it because it's definitely going to be interesting. At least it's going to be interesting. My God. Yeah, if Sony actually bought them, they would make games again. Konami would be great again.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's a dormant series that Konami has that we haven't seen? Right? A dormant IP. I mean, other than Gradius, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Gradius.
They could bring back their Smash Brothers style fighting game.
They had a Smash Brothers style fighting game?
Yes, they did. And you could play as Optimus Prime because, sure. You could play as
Wait, what was the name of it?
I don't know. It was on the PS2. They had Simon in it. You could play as the Easter Island head from Gradius because, sure. I think Bomberman was in it. Yeah, it was weird.
Well, Bomberman 2 is another game. Bomberman.
Right. Bomberman's owned by Konami. The last game we saw was, I think, Super Bomberman R, which was a Switch title launch game. Yeah, I mean, obviously Castlevania, huge.
Wouldn't you want a new Frogger? I thought Frogger was Konami too.
I think they are. Sure, I take a new Frogger. I'm not crazy about a new Frogger game because, they did that multiple times over and they were okay. What about Suikoden or Suikoden? I forget how to say it. The RPG series. They made 5 of them.
Was that Konami? I didn't even know it was Konami.
Konami had that for a little bit, and I mean they still do. I think haven't put it out. Obviously, Silent Hills, like we talked about.
Well, you're a big soccer fan, right? Like, what was it? Pro Evolution Soccer was Konami too?
Sure, that was them. Yeah, I'll probably still stick with FIFA, but competition is good, right? I could definitely.
But it was better. But it was better than FIFA.
Oh well, then you have to get it. Then you got to go with the best. You got to
get it better, and we get a better Contra game than Contra Rogue Corps.
Oh my God, yes, Contra's the other big series. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, Rogue Corps, not good.
Definitely. All right, I can see that. I still don't know that. I still don't know that Smash Brothers style game. I don't know what game that is, but I definitely will look into that. I think Yu-Gi-Oh was made by Konami too. Well,
they had some Yu-Gi-Oh games. That's right.
Maybe the mobile games of Yu-Gi-Oh. I think this is a big win for Sony if this is true, and if Jeff Keighley can get this for the Game Awards, that's a big coup, right? Especially for this year where it's only going to be virtual only with no fans. It's not, he's not going to be in the traditional theater. So I think that would be a good mic drop moment at the end of the Game Awards. Or begin it, or you can start the Game Awards with it.
Right. Either way, it's going to be a win. So,
all right.
The game is called Dream Mix TV World Fighters.
TD, I've never heard of that game.
And it featured Bin Bogami from Motomotaro Densu, Bomberman, Majin Maro Sengoku, Master Higgins from Adventure Island, you know him. Momotaro from Momotaro Densero. Yu-Gi-Oh! Ogami from Bloody Roar, which I think was the wolf, maybe? You could play as the Moai head, like I said, from Gradius. Power Procon, who knows? Simon Belmont, Solid Snake, Twin B. And then there was some Takara characters who... That's where the Transformer stuff comes in. So there was Megatron and Optimus Prime, Tyson Granger from Beyblade, and M121 Mason from Microman. I don't know.
This game was Japanese only. That's why I never heard of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And if I ever got the Japanese, the GameCube that plays DVDs was Japanese only. If I ever got the Panasonic, GameCube game that actually works, I would get this game to play. I would buy this game.
I don't think it's that expensive. I mean, maybe
it came out on a PS2. It came out on a PS2 as well.
Yeah.
You can get it for if you want it. For the GameCube, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, like $40, $50, $60, $70, depending on the condition.
That makes sense.
And cheaper on the PS2. You can get it for like $30, $20 on the PS2.
There you go.
On eBay prices. All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk about Nintendo. All right, talk about Japanese companies. Nintendo is like the most profitable Japanese company out there. They pretty much, it was just crazy to think about, right? Like, out of all the other Japanese companies, Nintendo was like number one.
I know. All the big car manufacturers, Mitsubishi,
even past Sony.
Toyota,
Even
Sony,
past Sony,
right.
but makes sense.
Right.
We got a huge leak, right, from an industry insider, Emily Rogers. She suggested that Breath of the Wild 2, 95% chance it launches at holiday 2021. And the rumor is that it'll launch with the Switch Pro. It'll be the reason why you buy the Switch Pro.
Interesting.
Next year. This time next year.
I don't know.
This will be the new thing that the scalpers will scalp next year.
Oh my
right?
God, I know. Well,
gotta keep the scalpers in business.
Hopefully the zombie apocalypse will be over. We'll get back to normal manufacturing, and Nintendo will be able to kind of produce a good amount of consoles. But hot damn, would I love this to happen? I'm not too sure. Do you know who this Emily Rogers is?
Well, she works for like a Nintendo sort of like publication, right? Like I forgot off the top of my head who she works for, but she definitely works for like a Nintendo centric publication. She's been in the industry for a long time, but she has basically stated 85 to 90% sure that it's happening. Wow. Like, she's very confident in her tweet.
Right. Well, we saw not Smash Brothers, Breath of the Wild 2, like a teaser last year, right, at like E3.
We did 2 years ago.
End. Yeah.
Well, it was in 2019. Yeah.
Right. Which is, pretty much, about a year and a half ago.
She's a contributor at Nintendo World Report.
And we do know, I think we reported on the fact that Nintendo wanted to get like 2 full games out of this Breath of the Wild engine, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to have the same art style, this new one, with obviously some improvements and all that.
Well,
so it makes sense that it would be coming out next year, if that's true.
Well, they did say that they wanted to put out something Zelda-like every year, right? Once a year, right? We got the remake last year, which I thought was awesome. I thought I nominated for Game of the Year, Link's Awakening. We got Hyrule Warriors, right? Age of Calamity this year, right? That's sort of Zelda related. And next year just makes sense. Next year just makes sense for Breath of the Wild 2 because there were a lot of reports that was going to come out this year, but that was not reports, but I think more wishful thinking. So I think now more analysts are speculating or saying it's coming out next year. In large part, that next year is the 35th anniversary of Zelda, right? Like this year was the 35th anniversary of Mario. Next year is the 35th anniversary of Zelda. And we could get a Game & Watch type of thing with Zelda, original Zelda on it, and the Zelda 35 online only, type of battle royale like we got with Mario. So I think that would be cool. I think they would do something similar for Zelda.
Like a dungeon battle rush, right? Where you have to make it to the end of the dungeon, then you do another random dungeon. That would be awesome. Yeah, they could totally do that. And you got to go big, right? 35th year, big year. You got to go big.
Go big or go home. I think that would be awesome, and I think it's just a no-brainer that next year is going to be a big year for Nintendo because this year was kind of like right.
Right. Besides Animal Crossing, and I guess
that's all you need. That's all you need.
Calamity, right?
That's all you need is Animal Crossing.
Right.
So, well, as we say hello to Nintendo in 2021, let's say goodbye to old school Nintendo. And what I mean by that, let's say goodbye to original Super Mario Maker Wii U online functionality. It is shutting down March 31st, 2021. You will no longer be able to upload your courses. You will still be able to play courses that are already uploaded, but you won't be able to upload new courses.
Right.
And Super Mario Maker, the original, will be removed from the Nintendo eShop on the Wii U in January.
That's a shame. But considering that the Switch version is out, which is the superior version, right? And they've been supporting that. That has better online connectivity and extra features and all that. I see why, because that came out, like 2015? It's It's been a little while. It's been like 5 years, so I will say
2015,
Nintendo.
2016, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe 2016, yeah. But they've had at least 4 years of support for that game. And now there's a newer, better version out on the Switch, which most people, I think, have Switches, especially people who have had the Wii U, probably had the Switch as well.
Yeah, but come on. You don't have the... It came out September 10th, 2015, so it's been about 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still needed a stylus. I'm sorry. I mean, people, if you pre-order it in Europe, you got a stylus. It should have came with every single game. It should have came inside. I'm sorry. That just doesn't make any sense.
That's a fair point for a game where you're kind of building and using the blocks to create levels. Yeah, you definitely need a stylus. That's a bad move on Nintendo's part. How much does it cost to put a stylus in there?
How much is a stylus? How much do you think people in the UK selling the styluses on eBay?
I mean, I'm probably going to assume $5 to $10 at a.
And how do we even know? How do we even know if it's like authentic?
Stylus.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I don't even know what they look like. Oh.
Well, I made two levels, and my levels were like regular levels that you would see. Well, I try to make it a level that you would see like in an actual game. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to make these ridiculous over the top levels. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Hardcore pain levels where you start off and you die in 2 seconds. Yeah.
So I just wanted to make a regular level. Mm-hmm. That's all I did. Mm-hmm. And I haven't popped that game in like maybe 3-4 years, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, 100 people could have played my level and liked it or hated it. It was too easy, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Jeez.
I'm gonna before March 31st. I'm gonna go into the pop in my Wii U game and see how many people like my level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. You gotta see how it did out in the wild.
And as a side note, you can get a Super Mario stylus from China, overseas. For looks like a lot of stuff is from Japan or China. Okay. Sold from Japan or China for $15.
Yeah, I mean, if you want it that bad.
If you want it that bad, $15. I wonder if it fits in the case. I don't know how bulky it is.
Oh, it can't be that. It can't be that bad. I mean, it slides into some phones. It slides into the Wii U. I mean, they're not that thick. You could definitely get it into a Switch case. Yeah. Put it in the little back part. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna end. We're gonna end on that note. It is episode 246 in the books, folks, and we want to thank you guys for listening to us and doing all the good stuff that you guys do. And if you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. And do not forget that we are giving away one copy of Cyberpunk 2077 for the system of your choice, PS4, Xbox One, or PC. To enter this competition, you must be following us on YouTube. You must like this video and drop a comment on what you were looking forward to in Cyberpunk in the comments section below. You can enter once per episode up until the launch of this game. And finally, this giveaway is open to U.S. residents only, so good luck to all who enter. And finally, before we go, just a note that we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. You can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there at gamingpodcastalliance.com if you're looking for more gaming goodness. So please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.